Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yamuna Thera Vanata Hari Yamuna Thera Vanata Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaur Hari Bo Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Srila Prabhupada Gaur Premanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayat Nusta Praeshu Vabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. So yesterday we went to the Temple of Equality, right? Statue of Equality, Statue of Equality. So this is of course the principle of Vaishnavism, that we see everyone equally. Vaishnavism does not discriminate against people on the basis of their caste. You know, in the past, the Vedic, the Varnashram system was there, and you had the four Varnas, you had Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, Sudra, and there was a tendency to discriminate. The Brahmanas would be the supreme, and they would condemn and take advantage of people in the lower castes and utilize them for their own sense gratification. So Ramanujacharya, he propagated the Vaishnava philosophy to see all living entities equally. Of course, we know that on the material platform we are not equal. On the material platform, somebody is rich and somebody is poor, and somebody is healthy and somebody is sick. somebody is well educated and someone else may be illiterate. So people are not equal. Although some places people like to promote that thinking, that everybody's equal. So Vaishnavism, we say everyone is equal on the spiritual platform. That spiritually we're all souls. And in the spiritual world, there's no Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. This is the creation of the material world. So Sripad Ramanuja Acharya, in propagating his Vashishta Dvaita philosophy, all right, a little different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Each of the four sampradayas have their own philosophy, and the Sri Vaishnavas from Sripad Ramanujacharya, they're teaching Vashishta Dvaita, purified oneness. So there's his temple, this statue of equality. Idea is want to end the discrimination and see everyone equally. Everyone has a right to become Krishna conscious. And we see, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also taught that. He gave the holy name to everyone. He brought everyone out. He brought everyone to the platform of Krishna consciousness. We liberated Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he's a very exalted big Brahmana, and Mahaprabhu made him into Vaishnava devotee. He changed his outlook on life. And Mahaprabhu had people like Kolaveka Sridhar. He gave great mercy to Kolaveka Sridhar. He showed all the devotees the glory of Kolaveka Sridhar. Sridhar was very poor, but he was a great devotee, and he had no material desire. And Maharaj Prataparudra, he's a wealthy king, and Mahaprabhu engaged the king in devotional service. The king he gave Mahaprabhu massage. So somebody is giving massage, that's not usually the kind of occupation of a king, to give someone massage, but Maharaj Prataparudra was willing to do this for the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we see on the spiritual platform, everyone is the servant. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arsa Pritya. Right? We're all servants. So somebody may be big servant, somebody's a small servant, but everyone is servant. So there's some equality there. So Ramanujacharya, he encouraged that kind of thinking among the Vaishnava devotees. And Mahaprabhu, he took two elements from the Sri Vaishnavas. He took two elements from each of the four Vaishnava Acharyas. And the two elements which he took from the Sri Vaishnavas were, first of all, establishing devotional service as being free from fruitive activity and philosophical speculation. We know Rupa Goswami's definition of pure devotional service is in line with this presentation. Anyabilasita sunyam jnana karma janavritam anukuyena krishnanushilanam bhaktir uttamam. That the highest devotion is that devotion which is free from fruitive activity and philosophical speculation. It is performed simply for the pleasure of Krishna, constantly. So this one element was taken by Mahaprabhu, and he taught that to Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami therefore composed that verse. And the other element of the Sri Vaishnava...
Don't harm. They don't harm. They just want the fruits. You didn't offer them, no? Nothing. They don't harm. Just be around, no boys. They're liking us. They're taking only the fruits, nothing. It is God, Margot.
This is their home, right? We have come to their home, you know. So the other element which Lord Chaitanya took from Sri Vaishnavism is service to the Vaishnavas, to give service to the devotees, sadhu seva. So we know when Mahaprabhu was questioned, one devotee, he came to Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. Every year the devotees would come from Navad, from Mayapur and Navadvip. They'd come there to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and to observe Rath Yatra. And so after being there in Jagannath Puri, and then before they would go back, they'd meet with Lord Chaitanya to get final instruction. So this one Vaishnava asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, you know, I am in family life. I am very fallen. How can I make advancement? And so Mahaprabhu gave him very nice instructions. He told him, you should constantly chant the holy name and serve the Vaishnavas, serve the devotees. So Sripad Ramanujacharya in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, they also try to do like that. They try to do service for the devotees. And we see also, when we come to Sri Vaishnava temples, they're very friendly and very accommodating to us. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught the devotee, constantly chant the holy name and serve the Vaishnavas. Service to the devotees. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes. It's just stated like that in Prahlad Maharaj's teaching. By serving the devotees, it opens the doors to liberation. So these two activities, these 2 points were taken from the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he brought them into his Gaudiya Vaishnava movement, along with the elements from the other Sampradayas. Anyway, this is the Sri Vaishnava temple. Sri Vaishnavism is very prominent here in South India. You can see the temple, it's all granite, right? These granite temples, they will last longer than the marble temples. Bhaktivikas Swami Maharaj is constructing a granite temple in Salem. So you can see here these temples are intricately carved, you know, certainly a lot of work, many years constructing temple, make it very nice. And the deity is being worshipped. This is Amritavali. We had darshan there. Amritavali. Ashokatma Prabhu tells me Amritavali is the expansion of Laxmi. Laxmi is the consort of Lord Narasimha Dev. Lord Narasimha Dev is Vishnu avatar. So Laxmi is with Lord Narasimha Dev, and Laxmi appears in this form as Amritavali, right? So this deity was, this is the deity which was there, and there. And on the other side we had Balaji, Srinivas Govinda. Huh?
Laxmi
Laxmi
deity
installed by
installed by
Srinivas
Balaji. Laxmi deity installed by Balaji. Installed by Balaji.
Installed by Lord Balaji. Laxmi Nrsingadev installed by Lord Balaji. Lord Balaji personally came and installed the deity of Lord Nrsingadev here in this temple. And well, before the temple, right? First comes the deity, then came the temple.
Yes. The temple was built by Krishna Devaraya.
Krishna Devaraya.
King.
King Krishna Devaraya.
How long ago?
At least 3,000 years. Thousands of years ago.
Okay, go over the years, then so many extensions are done, so many, like this would be more recent, this construction here.
No. When the Krishna, when he built the whole thing, when the king, when he built the temple, he built that one also. He built all the whole thing.
How long, 3,000 years ago?
Whenever the king, no, he was not 3,000 years ago, a few hundred years ago.
Yeah, a few hundred, yeah, right, a few hundred years.
The Murti is in the previous,
Krishna
that is like last a few hundred years ago. Krishna Devaraya. Again, it was renovated by another king also after Krishna Devaraya. I think there is another king also who again renovated.
So the kings used to come here, to this place. They would come here. Coming from which place? Where is their palace? Where was the king coming from?
It was
From
one
the
side under the
Krishna Devaraya is from Vijayanagar kingdom.
Vijayanagar. Quite far away from here.
They had their headquarters in Karnataka, the Karnataka side, Andhra Pradesh. And then when once Krishna Devaraya finished his kingdom, the next generation, and they lost their wealth, it seems, and then they got all their wealth to Ahobilam. There's a big history of what happened, why they migrated here, because Krishna Devaraya's son, Tirumala Rai, he could not continue the kingdom. So what happened was, he was told that now that we have lost the kingdom, at least we'll safeguard the wealth of the kingdom so that we can re-establish later. So they thought, let's go to Ahobilam because Ahobilam is filled with only tribal people here. It's only a forest. So they sent thousands of horses and elephants filled with the gold, and so that they were very good people here, the tribals. They did not have any attachment. So they hid a lot of the wealth of the Vijayanagara kingdom here all over. And that's how so much of gold is also hidden here. And many of the localites, they don't build here, they don't commercialize Ahobilam, and this is the reason. They don't make Ahobilam, they don't try to modernize Ahobilam, because if you try to dig, one contractor got few tons of gold, it seems. That was a few, so they stopped. So the Ahobilam, the management here, so they don't allow any buildings. And I was always curious why ISKCON is not making it. They did not allow so easily anybody. Luckily, our Nellore Maharaj, Shukadev Maharaj, he had come recently. It was recent. They didn't allow any outside construction company, anybody, because many of them tried to. They had money. Even the Pavana and Bhargava, many of them said they are ready to pay crores of rupees to make the road nice for the welfare of the devotees. But the local management did not allow, keeping in mind the history of the gold being circulated. Imagine hundreds and thousands of horses filled with gold, some elephants, That was done by Tirumala Rai, Krishna Devaraya's son. And this information was from researched by our ISKCON devotees from Pune and Bombay. And they had given a elaborate class for 600 brahmachari, 600 youth forum. So I am just copying what I got from.
I don't understand what you meant when he said he lost the kingdom, but he could bring so much wealth. I thought,
kingdom means Maharaj they could not continue, they could not win the battle. So once they knew that they're going to lose the battle, they immediately thought, let's take off some wealth, immediately let's safeguard. Generally, when the other king occupies, his intention is to completely take away. So, for example, when they are losing, the last stage of losing, they understood that we are gone. So let's safeguard so that we can have our capital in a different place. So they...
Oh, he brought his wealth.
So God brought is only a fraction of what they had originally.
Oh, it was only a fraction of what they had.
So they had
The
much
same
more.
thing, the
So you were
similar
the king of the whole.
happened.
You were the king of the whole state. Andhra, Tamil Nadu is all one state that time.
Oh.
Yeah, it was one state.
They had dynasties, not Chola dynasty, Charian dynasty, so it was all a different state. Now we have different states.
Yes.
That time it was like one this thing. So Vijayanagar kingdom, Krishnadevaraya established many temples. Hampi
Hampi.
also he has done, and so many in Andhra and Karnataka.
So very nice. Kings, when the king was a devotee, then naturally the temples will come up and the preaching will be very good. Just like in where? Ayodhya. Yeah. But also when Srinivasacharya and Shamananda and Narottam were coming with the books, they came to Vishnupur, was it? And the books got all stolen. They were bringing Jiva Goswami's books. The books got all stolen. King Birambir, yeah. And then Srinivas stayed behind to find out what had happened to the books. And so he heard about the king, that the king is having some Bhagavad discussion in the court every day. So he thought, I will go and hear the Katha. So he went and he heard the Katha and he heard the Pandit talking all nonsense, Mayavada philosophy. And so Srinivas stood up and then he began to speak and he amazed everyone with his erudite scholarship and his very clear presentation of the philosophy. And so the king was very impressed, and then the king told him how, he said, we got some treasure, and then he saw the king had actually, the king's men, they'd stolen the books. They thought it was real treasure, jewels, So it was more valuable than jewels and gems. It was the books of the Goswamis. And so they found the books, and then the king became a devotee and he took initiation from Srinivas. And then the king helped to build temples in that kingdom. Just like Emperor Ashoka, he spread Buddhism all over India because Ashoka he's the emperor, so he could spread the Buddhist philosophy. So when you get the support of the kings, then it makes it very easy to make Krishna consciousness.
Confirmed.
Different from the conch shell, huh? So when you get the support of the kings, that's why Lord Krishna introduced parampara system. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu. Sakaliniham. The knowledge was given to the saintly kings, but in course of time the knowledge was lost, So preaching to the kings is very good. Now in modern age, of course, we don't have so many kings. The governments have taken all the money away from the kings, but we can preach to the industrialists, the Birlas and the Ambanis, these people. We preach to these people, and they're the modern kings, right? They're the rulers of society. So make them Krishna conscious and they can build big temples. So in Prabhupada's time, Prabhupada was, we were always struggling because began the movement with no money. And devotees would go to Japan and do Sankirtan and raise funds to build the temple in Bombay and Vrindavan. Like in Vrindavan, you can see there's the plaque in the Krishna Balaram temple to Yashodanandan Swami and Guru Kripa Swami. They had taken some brahmacharis to Japan, and they had been in Japan and they distributed books. Even Banu had gone there as a brahmachari, and he was there as a on the party because he had joined in Japan. So he was on the party also. And they went to Japan. Any good collector, big Sankirtan man, they'd send him to Japan to go on this party. The Guru Kripa and Yashodanandan Swami, they led the party there, and they were in Japan. And they had the boys go out every day and distribute books and collect the money and bring it all to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada used the money to build Vrindavan and then also for the Juhu temple. And so like that, that's how we got money in those days, in the 1970s. We did Sankirtan. There were no kings to support us. Like you have here, the king built the temple here, nice temple. Of course the king, where did they get the money from? They're taking taxes from all the people. They're getting the money from all the people, taxation. So that is a good use of taxes. If the kings use the money for building temples, then it's very nice, very convenient. People are all benefited. Okay, so we have to stop here now. Okay, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Nrsimha Bhagwan ki, Shri Amrita Vali ki, Hare Krishna.